Everybody knows how to spin the wheel.
Let's go, wheel!
Give me a miracle.
But when you put insane amounts of money up there,
boom! Look at that thing.
I'm talking $3 million a spin.
$23 million is on the line tonight. Spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel.
Now you're talking about the biggest game ever played.
Holy
A game where every spin can make dreams come true.
You're one spin away from fortune, or one spin away from losing it all. Come on! Come on! Come on! Could be worth $2 or $3 million this spin.
You need to get the pop culture trivia right.
That was correct.
And with a little bit of luck, you can win millions and millions of dollars.
Yes!
That is a lot of money. With all this at stake, we don't let just anybody play this game.
Tonight, we're giving that chance to Angela Harrell, a former security agent for the State Department that served her country for almost 10 years. After starting a family, this mother of two tragically lost her husband, Bruce, a firefighter and paramedic who died during a rescue operation.
I was 34 years old. I didn't know what to do when my husband died.
Shortly after his death, the family's insurance was abruptly cut off.
He had only been killed 5 days earlier, and I just thought that was impossible. And I basically leaned across the table to the individuals that told me this and said, we're gonna fix this.
2 years later, she got a law passed in Arizona that provides lifetime health insurance to the surviving family members of any public safety officer killed in the line of duty. She now runs a nonprofit that fundraises and holds events year-round.
When they are absolutely in the worst moment of their life, they're looking for inspiration and hope, and that's what I get to do now on a daily basis.
Who better to get a shot at $23 million than this tireless advocate for the families of fallen service personnel?
It's time to spin the wheel.
Welcome to Spin the Wheel. Please welcome Angela Harrell from Chandler, Arizona. Hello, hello.
Thank you.
So nice to meet you, Angela.
Thank you.
That was an incredibly heartwarming piece. I can't imagine anything worse as the father of two little kids to lose my partner in that operation, because it really takes two folks, doesn't it?
It sure does, and I see that video and I get choked up because I think, is that really my life?
Tell me about Bruce.
Well, Bruce was incredible. The best dad you could ever ask for and a wonderful partner. My biggest cheerleader. And I feel like he's here today being that cheerleader, like, okay, this is your life, go figure it out, go do it.
We are all your cheerleaders here tonight, and we can't wait to spur you on to make millions of dollars. That's what we all want. You're gonna play a game that can make you a multimillionaire faster than any other game in the world. That's good. Oh, you're in. Okay, great. We're going to give you 16 spins of this wheel tonight. And if everything goes your way, you could leave here with $23 million. That's for real. 23. Now, round one is the first 4 spins. We call this round quick spin. Here's how it works. 4 questions, 4 spins. You'll spin the wheel. I'll read a question. You're going to have 10 seconds to answer it. If you're right, we add the money you land on. If you're wrong, we subtract that amount of money. Pro tip, get the question right. Yeah. That's how we put money on.
I'll do my best. Yeah.
Now, we have wedges on this board that are worth
$100,000. You see them both there in the green. $200,000. $250,000.
The payday doesn't stop there either. We have wedges worth $500,000. And with 4 questions, this round could end with you having $2 million on the board, which I want to see. Are you ready to play?
Absolutely.
Okay. Angela, this wheel is enormous. To get this behemoth moving, you need to set it in motion with your touch. The speed and timing of each spin is randomly generated. So, Angela, it's time for spin number 1. Head on up and let's spin the wheel.
I never imagined that a girl from a hog farm in rural Minnesota would have an opportunity like this. This doesn't happen to people like me, so here we go. I'm ready, there we go.
Here are your buttons you'll ring in on.
All right.
The movie Get Out was written and directed by which half of the award-winning comedy duo Key and Peele? Keegan-Michael Key or Jordan Peele? You have 10 seconds to answer that. All right, let's see what this is going to be worth.
Come on. Let's start this game right. Here we go. Come on.
Here comes that $500,000. Go. Wait, it's on the loose. Get on there. Roll back. Yeah. It is a roller coaster ride. 15,000, I feel pretty good about that. Let me ask you, what was your answer, Angela?
I went with B.
Was that a guess?
It was.
Great guess. It was Jordan Peele.
Okay, luck is good.
We're going to put $15,000 up on the board. You're off to a great start. So let's hop up here and take spin number 2. Angela, spin the wheel.
So much fun. Here we go.
In the manufacturing of new cars, fuel injection systems are now used in place of which of these? Alternators or carburetors?
Okay. Here we go. I feel pretty good about this.
Here we go.
Big numbers. I mean, really big numbers. Come on.
500, baby, 500.
Let's beat the 15. Come on. 250.
This is the random part of the game. I see 100,000 in your future. Let it be. Keep rolling. Woo!
I'm not good at math, but we're at 20, right? If I get it right.
Do you know a lot about cars?
I don't.
Okay. Let me first ask you what your answer was.
I went with B again.
Carburetors.
Yes.
Okay, I can tell you that carburetor is the old system, and you, in fact, are correct. It is carburetor. Which means I have the pleasure of adding to your board $5,000, which will bring your total up to $20,000 bucks. Now it's time for spin number 3. Get up there and spin the wheel. Which of these actors helped create the tequila brand Casamigos with Cindy Crawford's husband, Randy Gerber? George Clooney or Johnny Depp? 10 seconds. Okay, what's it gonna be worth? Let's do 500, let's do 500.
All positive, so as long as I get the answer right, then we're okay. Let's hope for more bright colors. Bright colors, we can do this.
250,
We
keep
can do
going,
it. We
keep
can
going.
make it positive. We can make a difference. Yes.
Wow. Spin number 3, and you just landed on the second most valuable wedge on the wheel. I have to imagine you're starting to really wish you were a student of tequila.
I know the song Tequila. I do like tequila. I wish I knew who did that as a partnership.
So you'd then pick your favorite actor of the bunch?
Yeah, I was running out of time, and that's exactly what I did.
Oh, you did? Okay, great. So I guess we're going to find out whether you're a George Clooney fan or a Johnny Depp fan.
Yeah.
What was your answer?
I went with Clooney.
Well, I do think you have the proverbial horseshoe, you know where, because you are correct. It's George Clooney.
I'm a happy crier. I am just a happy crier. You need to know that.
We are only in round 1.
I know,
We already have
I know.
tears.
I know.
We're going to bring your total to $270,000. And you still have another spin left. So please step up and take spin number 4.
Okay, more good juju, more positive energy. Here we go. Here we go, here we go.
A snowboarder is said to be goofy-footed if they ride with which foot forward? Left or right?
All right.
Come on, let's make this a big one.
If we could get to 300,000, that would be simply incredible. All right, come on, come on. Let's keep going.
Here comes a $500,000 race. Keep rolling, keep rolling.
Now, I'm fearful that you may or may not know a lot about snowboarding. You live in Arizona.
Yeah, no.
Not a lot of great ski slopes in the Phoenix area, as I recall. What was your answer?
I went with left.
You know, I myself snowboard goofy. The answer was right. So unfortunately, we do have to subtract $5,000 from your total.
Oh, that's
but if
okay.
ever there were one to get wrong, this was the one to
Yes.
get wrong. Let's take $5,000 off. You're still going to leave this round with $265,000. Now, this roller coaster is just getting started. When we come back, every question could be worth $1 million.
Coming up, the entire family gets in on the game
I think maybe now's the time to just kind of go for it. I think so.
as we up the ante to $1 million per spin. And later, a heart-stopping decision.
I just don't even know. My decision was
Welcome back to Spin the Wheel. Angela, your current total is $265,000.
I just can't even believe it.
I see you brought some people here with you tonight.
I did. Wow, they clean up really nice too. So I have here with me tonight my mom, who really is a pillar of strength. She raised 6 kids, and I will tell you there's no harder working job in this world than to raise children, especially 6 of us, and we're all a little bit of a handful. So thanks, Mom, for hanging in there. I also have with me here my brother Dusty, who we lovingly call number 6. I also have here with me today my sister Casey. Casey's lovingly number 5, or what I call the 10-year newer model. And then the people that have to put up with me every single day, my older daughter Addie, who's 14, and my son Justice, who's 12, and they are incredibly resilient and amazing kids.
Okay, it is time for us to find out who your partner will be for the rest of the game. Your partner will have a lot of power. The person you pick to sit in that chair should be somebody that keeps you balanced. You're gonna be drunk on the power of spinning a 4-story money wheel, and you want somebody that's got your better interest in mind.
Okay.
Is there someone from your family that you want to make your partner?
That is so hard. You need to find someone who is almost on the same wavelength as you. And I know that my sister Casey, on some level, we have that same kind of intuition, but at on the other side, she's more conservative. I'm a bigger risk taker. Probably some balance in this situation might be kind of good. So I'm thinking that I think it's Casey. Hopefully Casey will be willing to join me, and
I'll try not to let you down.
Listen, I approve of this selection because you want to mitigate risk in this game. This wheel can turn on you in seconds. I've seen it. It's not pretty. Now, Casey, you've got the power now. At your fingertips, hidden from all of us, you have a button. And if you push it in this round, it'll double the amount of that question.
Wow.
But if you hit that button and Angela is wrong, it will also double the loss.
ooh.
So the stakes are very high. With $500,000 wedges on this wheel, each question could cost you or win you $1 million. Now, with all of this money on the line, we have to keep you guys from communicating. You've already hinted at some kind of telepathy, some voodoo. I don't trust it. We're gonna raise a screen in front of you so that you guys can't look at each other or otherwise communicate. Don't worry, this is mostly safe. Now, 4 questions in this round, and with the button, a possibility of $4 million at stake. This is spin number 5. Let's spin the wheel.
All right, let's go, Angela.
Oh boy, here we go. A 17th century architectural wonder, the Taj Mahal is located on which continent? Africa, Asia, or Europe?
Angela, 10 seconds to answer, and Casey has the same 10 seconds to decide if she wants to double it by hitting that button.
How much will this question be worth?
I hope that Casey made a good decision. Here we go. Bright green. Bright
200,
green.
200, get over
Bright
there.
green.
Keep rolling, 200.
Right
Stay
here,
on
right
there.
here.
Get over to 100. 100,000, 100,000. That's a lot of money. You got extra excited when you thought it was going to land on $100,000, but again, with this button, that could be a $100,000 question.
Oh my gosh.
Casey, this question involves some geography. I presume everyone here knew we were not referring to the casino in Atlantic City.
No.
Did you believe in her, or did you hit the button?
I know that Angela has traveled to several countries being a special agent, so I know that she is really good at geography. But then again, I don't know, the architecture piece kind of threw me off a little bit. But in the end, and I think she's gonna get this one right, I doubled.
Okay, that means that there is $100,000 on the line.
Yeah.
Angela, what is your answer?
My answer is Asia.
That is correct. Casey doubled, you got it correct. That means this was a $100,000 correct question. Your new total is $365,000. Let's not stop there. Let's ride the wave. Let's get up there. Spin number 6. Come on, Wheel.
If you get this right and Casey doubles, you got a chance at $1 million.
A young Pharrell Williams wrote one of the verses on which of these booty anthems? Baby Got Back, Rump Shaker, or Thong Song? You have 10 seconds.
Casey, you have the same 10 seconds to double it or not.
Okay. Oh, I'm a little nervous now.
What's it gonna be worth? That's the question.
Here we go. Come on, big numbers. 6-digit good. Come on, come on, come
Here
on.
comes that $500,000.
Here we go. Keep going.
500, baby, 500. Because you left one and joined another. Angela, what was your answer? No. Do you have a favorite booty anthem? That's what I really want to know.
I went with the thong song.
Well, it was Rump Shaker.
Oh.
The question is, did that cost you 15 or 30? Casey?
You know, this is a really tough one because we always listen to a lot of music together. But when it comes down to it, I couldn't do it. I didn't go.
I'm so glad this telepathy thing is working out.
That's exemplary teamwork. Unfortunately, we do have to deduct $15,000, but you're still sitting very pretty with $350,000. So please step up and take spin number 7. Let's spin the wheel. All right. This should take you to $1.3 million. Which of these astronomical terms can be used to describe the first day of summer? Solstice, equinox, or parallax?
You both have 10 seconds.
Okay. There's a lot of good energy in here. I still can't believe this is happening. Here we go. Yes? Yes, that's good. That's amazing. But it's not done.
Let's just find out quickly. Did you double it?
Well, I don't know.
I said quickly, Casey.
And I doubled.
You doubled. For $2, what was your answer?
I chose solstice.
I think you know your astronomical terms because it was solstice. Let's put 200 cents on the board. We'll bring your total to $350,002. Your 8th and final spin in this round is now up. Let's hop up and spin the wheel.
Let's go. Let's finish this out.
There we go.
This could take you to $1.3 million. Traditionally, what color is the gemstone amethyst? Purple, yellow or green?
Critical 10 seconds. We need an answer and a decision to double.
Okay, this one's got me worried a little. I was a little unsure of that answer. Come on, come on, come on. One, that's good. No, no.
200, get over there.
I like that.
Hold on.
Let's just hope he stays.
Stay put.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I can turn around now.
Any interest in gemology?
Not enough.
No. Okay. What was your answer, Angela?
I went with yellow.
Casey, did you double?
I don't know if I made the right decision on this one. Let's hope I didn't fail you, Angela, because I doubled.
So it is 30. Unfortunately, it was purple, and that's going to cost you $30,000.
All right.
It's going to bring your new total to $320,000 and $2, which is a lot of money. When we come back, a brand new wheel with huge money at stake at every turn. And Spin the Wheel continues.
Coming up, Angela begins to build her wheel. The strategy is key, and the payoffs are huge.
Get on $1 million!
And later, the final decision.
So, in the end, my decision was
Welcome back. I am here with Angela, whose current total is $320,000. We have 8 spins behind us. We have 8 spins to go. And this round, the money gets staggering, okay? We've added 2 $1 million wedges to this wheel.
I like that. I like that. Those are good.
They are with us for the rest of the game, every spin. That's the good news. Unfortunately, we've added 2 wedges that'll take you back to 0.
But
That's
I don't
right.
like that.
No, thank you.
Boo.
Now,
Round 3 is where the structure of the game changes completely.
this round, you are going to build your wheel. It happens with these 4 areas in light blue. When you get a question right, we will add money to those areas. But get a question wrong, we will add back to 0 wedges. We have 4 questions, and they're worth either $250,000, $500,000, $1 million, or $2 million. But as the money goes up, so does the risk. So for a $250,000 question, were you to get it wrong, we would add 1 back to 0 wedge, all the way up to 4 back to zeros
No.
if you missed the $2 million question. So those you want to get correct. Every answer is critical to get the odds in your favor, because all the changes you make are now permanent and stay with you till the end of the game. You're going to decide how much each question is worth, and we're going to give you a little clue. I'm going to read the beginning of a question, and based on that, you'll tell me what wedge you want to play for. Here is the beginning of your first question. Leonard Skinner and The Cure. And you can pick any one of those 4. You are free to talk this over with your family, the audience.
I'm thinking, okay, Leonard Skinner and The Cure. We're talking about music. I'm gonna go to my family. My brother's shaking his head, so I think, yeah, I'm gonna go with $250,000.
Okay?
Okay?
For $250,000,
Or 1 back to 0 wedge.
the full question is, Leonard Skinner and The Cure have each released a top 40 song that shares a title with a romantic comedy film. Which actress stars in those 2 films? Julia Roberts, Kate Hudson, Reese Witherspoon, or Drew Barrymore?
All right, which actress did more romantic comedy? You know, Drew Barrymore has done a lot of comedy, and so has Kate Hudson. I feel like it's either Kate Hudson, Drew Barrymore. My answer is B, Kate Hudson.
There's a real tasty Skinner song entitled Sweet Home Alabama. Who was in that one?
Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah, Reese Witherspoon. We love her.
Yes.
She also starred in the movie Just Like Heaven,
Okay.
which was also the name of a Cure song.
So unfortunately, we are going to have to put 1 back to 0 on the board. Yes, but there's good news. In this round, after we ask the question, you still get a chance to spin the wheel and put some more money on the board. So, for spin number 9, please step up and give it a whirl.
Angela, you've got a shot here to take your total to over $1.3 million. But there are 5 wedges that can take you back to 0.
There we go. All right, okay.
Here we go.
All right.
We like green and gold.
No negatives. That's okay.
Here comes that $1 million wedge, but it's right next to a back to 0. Wow, you just dodged the bullet. You've landed on 50,000, which means we're gonna bring your total to $370,000. Here is the beginning of your next question to help you decide how much you want to play for. High school chemistry.
$2 million! No, I'm a conservative one. I would say 500,000.
Okay, at this point, because I'm not 100% confident in it, not that I ever will be, but I'm gonna go with 500,000 on this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is for 500,000 or 2 back to zeros.
Okay.
The full question is, high school chemistry teacher Walter White arranged to buy an RV on Breaking Bad. In the first episode, the RV crashes into a ditch in which state? Arizona, New Mexico, California, or Nevada?
Oh dear. I know it's desert landscaping, but that is the majority of Arizona, New Mexico, and Nevada. I'm gonna go with what I call home, and I'm gonna say Arizona. Arizona. It's my answer.
Okay, great show. I do recommend it. Walter White did all of his nefarious activities in New Mexico. So the answer was New Mexico.
Okay.
That means we're gonna have to put 2 back to 0 wedges up there. I would advise getting the next 2 correct. Choice is yours, choice is yours.
Any other advice you have, Dax?
Yeah, you know, don't catch on fire.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't drink poison.
No.
Yeah.
Bad.
That's about it.
Bad
Everything
math.
else you should do. Okay, let's put some more money in your total.
Okay.
Get up there. Spin number 10 is yours.
This spin can add $1 million or take everything.
Spin the wheel, Angela.
Come on.
Million. Come on, wheel.
All right, come on. We're hoping for a positive number. Skip over it.
Get on a
Skip
million.
over it.
Get on a million.
Good, come on, stop. Wait, nope. That's fine.
Oh my goodness. Anytime we put positive money on this board, it is a win, and we are going to bring your total now to $420,002. We're closing in on a total of $500,000, but Angela still has a $2 million wedge to play for. Find out what she does when Spin the Wheel continues. Welcome back to Spin the Wheel. There's a lot of money at stake. Let's find out if Angela can take it home.
Her current total is $420,002. With 6 spins left, Angela could be leaving here today as a millionaire.
We've got to play now for either $1 million wedge or a $2 million wedge, and we're going to do that in this section up here. Let me read you the beginning of your next question to help you make that decision. A 2-for-1 deal.
$2 million. $2 million. You love Walgreens deals.
I think maybe now's the time to just kind of go for it.
I think you're more confident in this one.
I'm going to go with the $2 million.
Wow, okay. For $2 million, or potentially 4 back to zeros. Your full question is, a 2-for-1 deal on which of the following was offered with the first Groupon ever sold in 2008? Massage therapy, Cubs tickets, dry cleaning, pizza.
Okay, I love me a deal, especially a 2-for-1 deal, so it has to be something you can get 2 of. I believe it's either massage therapy or pizza. Me personally, I love a good massage. But what would appeal to the greatest audience? I really wish I was 100% confident in this answer. My answer is D, pizza. My answer is D, pizza.
Okay, all right.
You like massage,
Love them.
but nothing's quite as good as pizza. And pizza was the answer. Okay. You got it right when it counted.
I'm a happy crier.
You just made this wheel a lot friendlier. Now, you just earned a wedge for $2 million, and it's up to you how it goes on the wheel. You can put the money on 1 wedge, or you can split it evenly between 2, 3, or 4 wedges. Putting all your money on 1 wedge would be the most aggressive. Splitting the wedge, creating more real estate, is the safer way. What do you want to do?
I think you should split it.
Everybody's saying split it up. I think split it up evenly. So I'm thinking we split it amongst 4 wedges.
I
so
like
take
that.
that
Let's go ahead and put 4 $500,000 wedges on the wheel. That is beautiful. Spin number 11 is up.
Okay.
Angela, spin the wheel.
All right.
This spin could push your total to over $1.4 million. This spin could also take everything.
Spin the wheel. Go!
Come on, let's make this a big one. Oh, back to 0.
This is so much positive energy in this room. Look at that thing. It's like
What
a
on
pinball.
earth?
Like a pinball.
Hey, I got a hot ball, Angela.
It's making some serious distance here. Come on, you can do this. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. All right, this is good.
Uh-oh, watch out for that pair of back to 0 wedges.
Get to the 500. Get to the 500. Angela, that's how you benefit from your own labor. We're now going to take you just shy of $1 million. We're going to add $500,000 to your total and make it $920,002. Still have 1 more spin left in this round, so I'm going to read you the full question that'll be worth $1 million, or 3 back to zeros. The fall of the Berlin Wall and the debut of TV's Baywatch both occurred in which year? 1986, 1989, 1992, or 1995?
All right. Baywatch happened long before I graduated from high school, so I'm focusing now on either B or C. I mean, how much Baywatch did I see before I graduated? That's the question. Oh my goodness. My answer is C, 1992.
Okay, you chose 1992. I can tell you that David Hasselhoff, who was huge in Germany, sang to a big crowd of Germans on New Year's Eve in the year that the Berlin Wall fell. That year was 1989.
Oh, I knew it was one or the other.
We're gonna have to add 3 back to zeros. You have spin number 12. You could land on that million and take your total just shy of $2 million. But
There are now 8 wedges that can wipe out all your money.
spin the wheel, Angela.
No negatives, no back to zero. I love gold.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Gold is good. Purple.
Purple's very attractive. Oh, back to 0.
Come on.
200,000. Get over there. Get over there. Get over there. 200. 300,000. 300,000. Get over there. $300,000 to your total. You now have million on the board. Coming up, big money and big decisions. The final spins are next on Spin the Wheel.
Coming up, the final spin.
We want gold.
With the biggest wedges of the night.
Casey, it's time to decide.
Will Casey take guaranteed cash?
Anything positive.
Take it or leave it.
Or risk it all for a shot at millions?
No zeros, no zeros.
Welcome back to Spin the Wheel. I'm here with Angela,
Yes.
our former special agent, mom from Arizona, who has so far amassed a total of $1.2 million. Feels good?
Feels amazing.
Fantastic. We're about to go into our final spins where millions of dollars will be added to the wheel. The most important thing to remember going forward is that if you hit a back to zero, which there are 8 up there, that's no joke.
No, it's no joke.
If you hit any one of those wedges, the game's over. There are no more spins. Your total is wiped out, and you could leave with 0. I've seen it. I don't like seeing it. I don't want to see it today.
I don't either.
Now, before each spin, the wheel will calculate your odds based on your total number of spins left and give you a chance to walk away with instant cash guaranteed.
Okay.
Only one person in this arena can accept the walkaway amount, and that's you, Casey. You
pressure.
alone will decide whether to take the walkaway amount or risk everything on the next spin. It all goes back to the hidden button. If you press the button before the spin, the walkaway money will be yours, but you can only take one walkaway, so be careful. We're gonna bring up the screen once again to give you privacy while you make that decision.
Okay.
So we are clear on the stakes of this round, yes?
Yes, we are. Stakes
Okay.
are incredibly high.
So, here we go. This is the wheel that you built throughout the last round. Your current total is $1.2 million.
1.2. That's just remarkable.
And with 4 spins left to go, in that amount, the wheel has calculated your first walkaway at $81,767. That's a heck of a paycheck for a day.
Yeah.
There are 8 wedges up there that will take you back to 0 and end the game. I'm gonna let you plead your case to Casey.
Okay, so, I mean, $81,000. I think $81,000 is an awesome opportunity, but I think we can keep playing.
All right,
Keep it up, keep it up.
let's get you up to that wheel for spin number 13. Casey, you will have to decide whether or not to take the walkaway offer. It's right in front of you.
You can hit that button and the amount is yours, guaranteed. Take it or leave it.
I don't know.
It's time to decide, and we're going to spin the wheel in 3, 2, 1. Let's spin the wheel.
Come on!
Every spin from here on out is do or die.
We want gold. We want purple. We want gold. We just want positive. Come on. Anything positive. Again, we're doing good. 1.2 is amazing. Let's make it bigger. Let's make it better. Let's make it bigger. No zero.
Slow down, slow down, slow down. That was the Berlin Wall. Something
Yeah.
tells me you will always remember 1989.
Never forget it.
If you leave here with nothing else, you'll be quite confident when the Berlin Wall fell.
Yes.
The wheel gave us $1.2 million, and then it took that away. But we have a potential safety net. It goes by the name of Casey.
That's right.
That's right. Casey could have made a very good decision, and we will find out when we come back, how did Casey play it? Did they take a walk away and end up with guaranteed cash? We'll find out next on Spin the Wheel.
Coming up, it's all led to this.
Just looking at the wheel, You know, I kept going back and forth.
One decision and one family shot at over $81,000.
I just know I would never want to let you down. My decision was
Welcome back. I'm here with Angela, who ended the game with a total of 0 on the wheel. But none of us really know how this ends. Not until we hear from Casey,
Right.
who had a tremendous amount of control over this game, a lot of power at her fingertips.
A lot.
Casey is the only person on this stage who knows how much money y'all are gonna leave with tonight. We gave you one walkaway offer, $81,767. That is a nice bit of money to take back to Arizona.
Sure is. We can do a lot of good
Yes.
with that.
Casey, could you please join us on stage?
Come on, Case. Come on, Case. She looks nervous. It's okay.
Please
It's all good.
tell your sister
all
how this
good.
all ends.
Okay.
this has seriously been crazy. You said you're a happy crier, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna cry, if I'm gonna pass out on the floor. And that's kind of where I'm at, you know, like you miss some of those questions and, you know, just looking at the wheel, you know, I kept going back and forth and the possibilities, 1 million, man, the things that we could do,
Yeah.
Bruce would be so proud.
He already is. He already is. We're standing up here living the dream.
It's true. I think back to the time when you and Bruce both said, Casey, it doesn't matter what you do, we're proud of you. And I just know that I would never want to let either one of you down. And I want to be a good role model for Addie and Justice. So, in the end, I had to consider the offer. But it really took me back to a place of thinking about what would you do? What advice would you give me in this scenario? So, my decision was to take the offer.